Well, we just got done buying these two cars, and Dodie came in and bought them himself, and he would like to tell you the story of how my dad bought them.
Yeah. Okay. It's a Sunday, and we're watching. It's like about this time of the night, about 5:50, 6 o'clock in the evening, and my wife and I are watching a movie, and then we hear "hello, hello" from a gate, and I said, "What? Who's that?" So I get up and I look, and there's a man, two young people. There's a man and a son or a friend, and the friend turns out to be the neighbor down the street, and the neighbor says, "Oh, Ali says, my name's Ali, and this is my friend. He lives down the street. He says, you got two old Porsches, and I deal in Porsches. And I was wondering, if maybe you have a minute to talk about them." And I said, "Yeah, it's right there." I showed him it. They're right there in the carport. And he says, "Oh," I said, "You want to see them?" "Oh, yeah." He says, "Yeah." So then we open the gate and we start talking. That's how it started.
And that's how it started. So it was a coincidence because I guess you weren't planning on selling them.
No. I never wanted to sell. This one I've been thinking to sell because it's not as easy with the Malibu Fire and all of that. You only drive at local places, and it doesn't have air, and it's got to be the right conditions. It's a wonderful car to drive. But the other one is one you can go on long drives. So I was thinking maybe I'd sell this. And my wife kept saying, "Well, you should get a car that's got air conditioning and sell both of your cars, and then you could try to do that." And I said, but it never was first on my mind to do it. And here comes Ali and saying, "Hey, I want to buy both your cars. I'm more interested in that one." I said, "No, I don't want to sell that one. I'll sell you this one." So we worked out this car first. And then a friend of mine down the street got a Porsche, a new model, GTS or 3 or something. And he said, that prompted me to start thinking, well, now I've got that one. Yeah. Maybe I need one with air. Because I've been planning that one to put in air conditioning in it and upgrade it.
It's tough.
Yeah, so
we made it happen. Again, thank you very much.
All right, guys, this is our 1975 Porsche 911. This car came out of Beverly Hills, California. The guy owned it since the 90s, a long-time owner. It is black on black originally, and that's absolutely beautiful. No smog for our California residents. The guy loved tinkering with his car, and he drove it almost every weekend, so it's not a car that sat for a long period of time. He kept a huge stack of records. He did rebuild the motor at a reputable European shop, and he has documentations for that. It is still the original 2.7, still original motor, original transmission. The 915 shifts excellent. This car runs, drives, you don't have to deal with smog, tires are in great shape. It's something you just get into and go. So if you guys are interested in it, watch this video to its entirety. I'll try to show you guys as much as I can, and then feel free to call me. The main blemish is that one right there. If you guys want it fixed prior to picking it up, I can get that done pretty easily. You won't even tell it was there anymore. It's just a matter of doing it, and I don't have the time, unfortunately, because of all the inventory that we have. This car has kind of a funny story of how we bought it. My dad went to go visit his friend in Beverly Hills, and his neighbor had this and a 356 kit car. He had no plans on selling it. Didn't even cross his mind. But my dad knocked on his door, told him, "Hey, how much for both?" And funny enough, his wife said, "You know what? I want a car with AC." So he called us in a few days and sold it to us. But this guy had no plans on selling this car. Actually, when we went there, he said, "No way." But then his wife talked to him and said, "Hey, we want a 993 or up." So he said, "I'll sell both these cars and buy one." So that's the story that comes with it. guys, let's go through this interior. It's all overall, just like the exterior, it's all pretty clean. Looks great. Dash has no cracks, looks absolutely flawless. That is a big deal. The seats look really good. The headliner is nice, tight. Door jambs are clean. No funky wiring on the bottom. All right, so like I said, this car is turnkey. Fires right up. No excessive smoking out the tailpipe. Motor sounds beautiful. Again, we have documentation for a rebuild. Guys, so going through the front trunk, this car does come with a tool case, a car cover, and even a front bra, complete front bra that I have out of it right now, but those are the bags for it. So all that comes with this car. So mechanically, this car runs and drives really well. The transmission shifts well through all the gears. I believe all the gauges work. You can see them here. And the guy used to drive it to Monterey from Beverly Hills. So he drove it on 5-hour journeys confidently. And he said, you know what? Anytime I wanted to go anywhere, this car would always fire right up and take me wherever I had to go. So it's a car that I would say is pretty reliable and was driven through the years. But as you see, I'm going down the highway. You can take your hands off the steering wheel, keep going straight down the road. The tires feel good. The suspension is pretty responsive. The steering's pretty responsive, and the suspension feels normal. All your windows work, and your sunroof works as well. So the electrical portions, for the most part, everything to my knowledge operates. It's got a Blaupunkt modern radio that I believe has Bluetooth, so you guys can connect your phones to it. And the radio obviously works. So that's what I can tell you about it. Feel free to come by, drive it, inspect it, do whatever you guys need to do. Thank you. All right, guys, let's go through the bottom. So as you see, it's very clean under here. The exhaust looks like it was just probably replaced. We'll go through the records so you guys can see everything. There's no notable leaking, although it's an old Porsche, so you can't expect perfection. There's some moisture right over there. There's nothing from the timing case, the actual case itself. The transmission's super dry. Tires are in excellent shape. Wheel wells are clean. Again, tires have good tread. Alright guys, so now going through the front. This is all clean. You do have a little bit of something there and a little bit in that corner right there, as you see it. That's besides that, I don't really see anything else that is notable. The floors are original here. Alright guys, we have tons of records for this car. I mean, we got tons. Everything you guys want to see is here. The whole car's history. Now, what's really cool is, the best part about this car is you see a lot of window stickers for, later model G-bodies, G50s, or later 80s. But 1975 Porsche 911, and you have the old window sticker. You could see the options. This car is pretty well optioned, and it's just amazing to see the old window sticker, the old books. You even have the owner's manual. This is for the radio. And more than that, I told you guys the motor was rebuilt in 2006, and the motor has about 50,000 miles on it since then. So just a whole lot of services. You can see everything they did there. Complete engine rebuild. Check it out. $17,000 back then, which was pretty expensive actually, but this was in LA, Hollywood. Transmission was also rebuilt, and you got the records right there. So that's when it was rebuilt. Also, oh, that was recent. 2022 is when the transmission was rebuilt. When it was painted, you have it here, Pascal Body Shop. That was in what date? What does that say there? 2018 is when it was painted. So the paint is there. The whole windshield was taken off. You can see here all the weather strippings were replaced. I don't want to go too in depth because it does have personal information. These are other services. You got a lot of records in thousand. This guy spent a lot of money. Moral of the story is, this car is a driver. He made sure to service it, and I have all the documentation to prove it.